Hello folks, today I am designing a lecture based on the demand of a student who was continuously emailing me to design a lecture for this thing, bridge rectifier or full wave rectifier. What he said was he could not find the details that he wanted. So he said that please be as detailed as possible so that maybe I can find what I am looking for, what he says. So let's do it. A bridge rectifier is an improvement over the center tapped rectifier. Actually, the center tap rectifier has got two diodes, but because of center tapping, that term there, the voltage produced is given is half of the secondary voltage that the transformer produces. But because of that, what scientists did was they designed it in a better way, so in which the voltage that it can give could be equal to the full voltage given by the secondary. So as the name goes, it has a bridge. Then the bridge is called as Wheatstone bridge. So this thing is based on the principle of a Wheatstone bridge, which has got diodes instead of resistors. So that's why, let me make the circuit here. The typical form of Wheatstone bridge is like this, like this. So it is a rhombus shape actually. Here we have got a diode. Here we have got a diode. Here again diode. And the diodes are facing in a particular direction. Diode. Then we have got the source here. Source means it is the secondary coil of certain thing, secondary coil of a certain transformer, and from here it comes like this, then like this. So this is the resistor. Let us do it like this. Resistor can be designed as this also. I can do like this also and this also. So since there will be more people studying +2 level than A level, so that's why I am using this. For A level, people use this. Cambridge A level people use this. Others people, they use this. Otherwise, there is no much difference. And so here it is the primary coil will be like this of the power source, which goes to a AC source like this, or it might go to a certain main supply that we have in our house. So let us name the points clearly. So let's name that this point is A, this point is A, this is B, it is C, it is E, it is F, and it is G. The name of the diode is D1, D2, D3, and D4. This is the resistor R here. So a Wheatstone a bridge rectifier has got a mesh of diodes. Mesh means a collection of diodes arranged in a certain manner. So the arrangement is that what they do is the diodes are arranged in such a way that the p sides of these diodes connect to this common point. The n sides of these diodes connect to a common point, and those two common points connect across the resistor. So let me repeat the language there. The p sides of two diodes are commonly held at a point. The n sides of two diodes commonly held at a point, and these 2 points connect to each other through a resistor. And the remaining points will be connected to the secondary coil of the transformer. So here what you have is this common point has got p side of this and the n side of this. This common point has got p side of this and the n side of this, and this connects to the to the secondary coil of the transformer. So this is the arrangement. Now what happens is, this is AC source, so that's why this thing could be sometimes positive, sometimes negative. When it is positive, it becomes negative, and when it is negative, it becomes positive, because it's alternating. So that's why let us say it is positive and it is negative, sometimes positive, negative. Now let me show the graph as well here, because we have to simultaneously deal with the events here as well as the graph here. So the graph is like this. So I will draw a graph here. What will happen to, so it is this timeline here. Let me draw the timelines like this. timeline, this timeline, and a timeline like this. So slight rearrangement I require here. This is the voltage AB, and this is the current through the resistor. Current through the resistor. So right now, let us say A is positive. A is positive. This makes VAB positive here. So when it is positive, the positive charges go here, and this thing will also be positive. This thing will also be positive. So this thing will be positive. Then since this is negative, this thing will be negative. And this middle thing will be equal to 0. But what happens is 0 is negative compared to positive. 0 is smaller compared to positive. So smaller means that it is negative compared to this. So what happens is, what we have is, so if you have got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2 like this. So this 3 is less than 5. So I can say 3 is negative compared to 5. This minus 2 is negative compared to 0. But 0 is positive compared to minus 2. That's what numbers are all about. So that's why this 0 will act as negative for this plus and positive for this minus. So this 0 will act as negative for this plus and positive for this minus. Now let us look at this diode. So a diode will conduct when its N side connects to negative and P side connects to positive of the source. So that's why here what happens is N side connects to positive, P side to negative. It doesn't conduct. This will not conduct. So here also N side to positive, P side to negative. So it will not conduct. But here diode D3, N side negative, P side positive. It will conduct. Then D2, N side negative, P side positive. It will conduct. It will conduct. Now what happens to the charge here? So this charge will go from here, it comes here, it comes here. Then after coming to C, it has this blocked. So it has to go through here. It will go through here. So we have arrow like this, and at F it has got two paths, this and this, this and this. It is blocked. That's why it has to go through here. It comes like this, like this. So at F it has got two choices. It is blocked here. It is welcoming it. So it will come like this. And here again two paths, this and this. This is blocked. So it will come like this and this and this. So that's why charge will flow like this. So the flow of charge will be, let me write it somewhere. The flow of charge will be along the path. So let me write alphabetically. So it comes from A, then C, then D2, then F, then R, then E, then this is D3, G, and then B. So the flow of charge happened along this path D3, G, and then B. So let me take care of this particular factor, this R factor. Along the resistor here, current flows from F, then R, then E. So this is when this thing happens. So now since voltage increases, current increases, voltage decreases, current decreases. So that's why the pattern of current should be somewhat like this, same as the voltage here. Now what I do is, after some time this A will be negative and B positive. See here, negative. Now I have to change all of these things. So what I do is I will rub it, and it does not disturb the diagram very much, because I know the way of rubbing. That's what we call as experience. So let me rub it. Hope that it doesn't cause too much time loss. So in class I draw three diagrams actually in classroom, but here I am drawing only one because of the size of the board. In our colleges the boards are very large. That's why I draw three diagrams here, and I make every pupils draw the diagram, because when we draw diagram we develop some related concepts as well. If you look at the diagrams made by others, that concept doesn't come to us easily. Now, so let's say this A becomes negative and this positive. So if so, this will be positive and this will be negative. And this will be 0, 0. Again the same logic. This 0 will act as negative for positive and positive for negative. So that's why it will act as positive for C, as positive for this, and a negative for this. So it will act as positive for this and negative for this. So again the same thing. So the charged particles will come from here, they come here, and after that what they find is, so this is p side positive, n side negative. So it conducts, it will conduct like this. And if you look here, plus n side, p side negative, or negative p side, positive n side, it doesn't conduct. Similarly, n side negative, p side positive, it conducts. N side positive, p side negative, it does not conduct. So the charges will flow like this here. Now they come from here, like this. So at G it has got two choices, whether to go through here or here. So they will go through here, and at F they have got two choices, go through here or here. So they will go through here, again like this. They'll come here. After coming here, again two choices, whether to go through here or here. It is blocked, so it goes like this. And here again two choices, this or this. This is blocked, so it has to go through here and complete the circuit. So that's why if I look at it alphabetically, the pattern of the flow will be, so first it comes from B, then it goes to G, see reverse here, GB, now BG. So from G it goes to D4, then it goes to F, R, then E, so E. After E it goes to D1, then to C, and then A. So if we look here, what happens is FRE. So in this resistor, current flows in the same direction. In this resistor, current flows to the same direction. So that's why in our graph, the current will be shown now like this, again like this, and so on, because the direction of current is same. Now what happens here is this AC, CA, it's okay. Again GB, BG, it's okay. Others are different. So D2, D4 here, it's D2, D3 here, D4, D1 here. So the current here, this first half current is provided by, because of D2 and D3. So this thing is because of D2 and D3. And the second current is given off because of D4 and D1. So it is because of D4 and D1. Again it is because of D2 and D3, and so on. So that is how current flows here. Now what happens? Each diode will carry current for half wave only, or half cycle only. So in the other half cycle they rest, or let us say they do not they allow current. So they are working only half a cycle in each cycle. And if I look at this resistor R here current is always in same direction. Here current reverses, GB, BG, current reverses, AC, CA, current reverses, but here current does not reverse. And in these circuits, this portion, this and this, current flows through half cycle, and current does not flow through another half cycle. Current flows through one half cycle and doesn't flow through another half cycle. This and this. So here current opposite, but here current always in same direction. So there are three regions here, In one type of region, current reverses, half one cycle. In these four regions, current is present in half cycle and absent in another half cycle. And here we have got this branch where current is present in all cycles. So this is what we call as bridge rectifier. And here the only loss is along these diodes, because when they allow current, we have to overcome certain voltage there called as knee voltage, barrier potential often called as. Otherwise it's a very efficient thing. And the chargers that we have, the adapters we have, all use this thing. And in addition to this, current has to be smoothened, which is done by capacitor, and that is on a certain other topic. So the request that I received was to explain the working of this whole thing with proper diagrams. So hopefully I have addressed your problem, Mr. I forgot your name. So anyhow, with this video, I think you will stop writing to me. He writes around every month. So I think around it has been 10 or 12 emails with me. So about 1 year he has started writing to me. So now I think by uploading this video, I think I'll stop receiving more emails of this sort.